Welcome to the Sports Show. Mike, Max, Patrick Royce, Lavelle E. Neal, and the one and only Sid Hartman sitting here. Sydney, you said at the Vikings game last night. Phil Lodeholt, they lost for the season, looks like. Not good.
Well, that's a blow. They can't replace him. I mean, this kid, Kendricks, is that?
Yeah, the linebacker.
Flemings is the tackle.
Yeah, he's a linebacker, played great last night. But this other kid, draft choice, he's been one of the real big surprises of training camp. But if he can replace him, I think they'll be pretty good. I think their receivers are pretty good. I think that having Peterson back makes them good. And Bridgewater looked last night, but that Tampa team is pitiful. I feel so sorry for that. Lovie Smith and
Leslie Frazier.
Two great guys.
Who have both been fired.
I got to know Lovie Smith when he was on Dungy's staff. And
how'd you get to know him when he was in Tampa?
Well, I used to go to Florida.
You go down to Tampa practices?
Yeah. I go see at least twice a year when I go to Fort Lauderdale. I'd get a driver and drive over to see
Steinbrenner used to put him in a helicopter. And
yeah, back when Steinbrenner was running around down in that area.
Yeah, and Steinbrenner was there too.
So you go have meetings with those guys over there.
And they have a meeting in Mons Venus after they
I
land in
bet
Tampa.
they did. What'd you think of the Vikings, Patrick?
Well, actually, I went to the restoration of the Third Man at the Edina Theater, which is very good. Didn't see any of the game, but I recommend the Third Man, 1949, one of the great movies ever made.
Really?
How was that when it first came out?
But it's tough to lose Lodeholt when you don't even know if you got a right guard, and now all of a sudden the right side of the line, you're, you move Fusco, so you don't have a right guard, you don't have a right tackle. That's they now they need two guys over the line, which is kind of a problem. That I think that offensive guard from the Eagles is still floating around, right? That Evan Mathis. Nobody signed him yet. Nobody signed him yet. Maybe they should bring him in.
Does anybody go to more movies than you go to?
I would guess there's a lot of people, but I go to one a week, maybe.
The name is what? The Third Man?
The Third Man. Fantastic.
What was that like?
1949 Vienna.
What happened to your movie show you're supposed to do with Inga Hammond?
Where is Inga Hammond?
Perky and Porky, we were going to call it. It was going to be fantastic.
I thought it was Beauty and the Blob.
No, perfect. Perky and Porky.
Lavelle, what do you think of preseason football?
It's frustrating because
it's frustrating to watch. You get excited, then you start watching, and you go, "This isn't that much fun."
Yeah, it's like, okay, you want to watch the guys play, but then they play like a couple series, and you see these guys that are not going to make the team play, and the team that's not putting their real offense in, they're not putting their real defense in. It is about getting people healthy. The Vikings did deal with Lodeholt. My Chicago Bears are losing Kevin White now to broken shin and injury. So it's about getting people healthy before you get to
I don't think you want a wide receiver with a shin problem either.
No,
that's something that may not go away.
Thank you.
Do you think they should play fewer preseason games? Are you worried about injuries that way?
Well, the thing I can't understand is how they get by charging the ticket prices for the
regular season
games.
Ticket prices.
I just can't see how you watch that game last night, and the regulars play no time. And by the time the fourth quarter comes around, they're playing guys that they'll cut this week for sure. And how come somebody don't start a lawsuit or something?
Well, why don't you talk to the Wilfs about being the first team in the NFL to cut the preseason prices? That'd be a great way, especially the new stadium coming, for them to build some goodwill with the fans.
One thing Gopher basketball
See, you won't address that.
That's the next sport.
One thing Gopher basketball did, they don't charge as much for the preseason.
Slash some of those preseason games.
And yet, the Hall of Fame game did about a 12. The Hall of Fame game had the same rating as the 7th game of the World Series.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It had a better rating than the 6th game of the NBA Finals.
Isn't that something?
That's unbelievable.
The Hall of Fame game.
I know.
The teams didn't even want to be there.
Here's the
People
thing.
they watch football out of habit, man. And
If you lop off 2 games season, the owners are going to want 2 more regular season games.
No.
And the Players
Players aren't
Association are
gonna
going
do
to
that.
bounce up because how many hundreds of players end up on IR during the season? It's like a ridiculous number. You're adding more games, potentially have
Well,
more
the
guys
other
out.
problem with that 18 is if your team's out of it after 11, then everybody goes on IR. And then it becomes 7 weeks instead of just a few weeks that you got to endure that, you know?
I agree.
What were you going to say, Sid?
I got there yesterday about an hour and 45 minutes ahead of the start of the game. And I can't believe the people outside of that place. That Vikings...
They're crazy, aren't they?
The Vikings, there's more interest in the Vikings than baseball, hockey, and Timberwolves and the Gophers combined.
How many? They announced 50,000 at the game. How many were in the stands?
I don't know, because
It looked pretty good.
if you look at
The
TCF
little
Bank
bit I
Stadium,
saw.
it's one of the most
Twins-
difficult places, though, to assess attendance because of the way the seats are painted.
Right. The Twins announced 30.
Yeah, I saw that. Now, that didn't look like 30 to me.
You know, it looked like maybe 25.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, but still, 25,000 on the night that the Vikings were playing.
Yeah, but
That's
let me
75,000
tell you
people downtown
something about
Minneapolis.
baseball this summer. Last night, the Twins had 30,000, and it was the 13th largest crowd in Major League Baseball out of 15 games.
Is that right?
And the other 2 were 29. Nobody in Major League Baseball had less than 29
Wow.
yesterday.
Wow.
They're drawing like crazy this summer, Major League Baseball.
Well, we'll talk about that coming up here. It is the sports show. We got the panel. You got the time. Stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.
Quality. It's the result of shared values. The joy found in an honest day's work. Respect for true American craftsmanship and the need, not the want, to get things right. It's the result of remembering your roots, being forever humbled by how far you've traveled and forever hungry to push on further. Quality is a result. Quality is who we are. Cambria. Family owned, American made.
You're watching CW-23.
Hi, your daddy's getting a Camry?
Yeah, I went in to have a really fun car. He's the best dad ever.
Best timing ever. It's our clearance event.
Here, Dad, it's for the car.
Who's the coolest kid ever?
Truth is, in 10 years, that Toyota will be mine.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2015 Camry. Plus, get $500 bonus cash. Or lease Camry for just $189 a month. Hurry in today.
You've invested wisely.
Thanks.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's Family Leisure's inventory liquidation sale.
Save 30% on in-stock pools, games, toys, and floats. 50% off. Patio furniture up to 60% off. Play gyms are priced to move. Deep discounts on grills, spas, and more.
Inventory liquidation sale going on now at Family Leisure.
I graduated from Summit Academy in only 20 weeks, and now I'm working on a new stadium. At Summit Academy, there was no cost to me and no loans to pay back. If you're looking for a new career path, check out Summit Academy.
Start a new career. Google Summit Academy.
Ram has the best towing, the best torque, the best payload, or the best fuel economy.
Baby, let's ride, chase a little sunset.
So your summer can be one wild ride.
Baby, let's ride.
Hurry in for $1,000 bonus cash at the Ram Summer Clearance Event. Get 0% APR plus $4,000 total bonus cash on 2015 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab models in stock the longest.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines, that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy rack of ribs?
Fabulous chops, huge steaks, and the Buddy Bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the place for you. Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain. Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second-to-none happy hour, and great outdoor dining, just blocks from the new ballpark.
Located at 394 in North Washington, locally owned, nationally known, Hoyt's.
J.D. Hoyt Supper Club coming downtown Minneapolis last night would have been a perfect example. It was packed. It was wall to wall. It was J.D. Hoyt's on a Saturday night coming to the Vikings, the Twins, or anything else. You don't need a reason to go to J.D. Hoyt's. I took a peek.
Oh, you
took a peek, yeah. What's your favorite meal there?
Favorite meal, the barbecue ribs.
You like the ribs, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know that that's a good idea.
That's why the man is still going strong, baby. He's got the cast iron stomach.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. Patrick doesn't agree with us. I think Dan O'Brien could do a great job as the Gopher Athletic Director.
Pardon me?
I think Dan O'Brien could do a great job as Gopher Athletic Director.
Well,
or John Anderson.
I think Reichie's the best columnist in the country, but I don't always agree with him. I look back of the people they've hired the last 10, 12 years, and it's a joke.
Look back the last 3 years, Norwood Teague.
Norwood Teague.
If that's the standard.
Huh?
If Norwood Teague is the standard.
Nobody wants this job. I talked to Jeff Schemmel when he was here some time ago.
That's before he got fired at the next place? Okay.
He runs a
search firm.
Yeah. He can't get people to take this job.
I got a better idea. Don't hire a search firm.
Yeah, how about that?
Go get your own guy. Get somebody with a connection to the university.
I'm told that Mr. Kaler told people he wants to wait till next spring to name one, and he wants to get a search committee the first year. Now, I don't know if that's because he wants to distance himself from this whole Norwood Teague thing, or if it's because he wants to see if Beth Getz can do the job. I don't know.
I think politically. I don't think you can hire Dan O'Brien, A, because he's 2 spots below Beth Getz in the rung of the former administration, and B, you cannot politically hire somebody who's just a yes man for the football.
Is there a right time to hire a athletic director? Is it during the summer?
It doesn't matter, but
what
I'm saying, as President Kaler is saying, because it's the fall, you know, there's a lot of people that can't be interested in now, and he wants to get a bigger pool of candidates. That's what he's using, but I don't think it matters.
Hill wasn't talked to until about a week before they hired him. They couldn't get nobody to take the job. The athletic director, I talked to 5 different guys I know real well, like the guy at Louisville, what's his
Jurek,
name?
Is that his name? Jurek?
Tom.
Jurek, right?
Yeah. He says, nobody will take that job.
Because why?
It's a challenge. He says.
But this isn't a bad job.
This is the Big Ten. Why would someone not want to go
Let me finish. He says, you look at their record in all sports the last 10, 12 years, and there's got to be a reason why you can't win there.
But it's not.
You just gave the football coach another raise because he's winning. We think he's winning. We just gave him another raise after we gave him $900,000. So you think the football coach is going to win. You just gave the basketball coach a $400,000 raise because you think he's going to win. You're going to spend $120 million on facilities. What the hell are you talking about?
The hockey program's good.
The
hockey program's good. The volleyball program's good. The wrestling program's good.
So then
there's positives
a
here.
guy
What
wants
is
to come
winning?
here
What is
if
winning?
he can win.
What is winning? Is 8-4 and going to the Citrus Bowl and beating Nebraska? Is that winning or not?
The last couple of years, yeah.
Well,
what happened since 1967? They haven't won a championship.
But as an athletic director,
Craig Thompson will take the job. My guy Pete Najarian will take the job. Mason would take the job. Yeah. A lot of guys would take the job.
Who'll take the job?
Mason would take the job in 5 minutes. He's campaigning for it.
Yes, he is. He's got Louis on his side.
Yes.
Thompson will not take his
Greg
job.
Thompson will take the job.
He might have to take a pay cut to take it, but they're one in football. They got a hockey program that produces money. Most institutions don't have that. In basketball, you should be able to win here. It's not a bad job.
If that's successful volleyball and wrestling too, it's not like it's barren here.
Will you let a guy get a word in?
Oh, okay, that was my
It's
fault.
the first time you talk.
You should be able to win. But have they won? Until he won those 8 games of life.
But it's not just football. They win in hockey, which produces a lot of money. In basketball, you should be able to win.
But they don't win in basketball. They don't win in.
But if you're down
track,
to only basketball,
they don't win in track.
Track doesn't matter. You know, there's no money to be made.
They don't. Wrestling.
And no athletic director is going to say, "Oh boy, we're not winning in track. I won't take that job."
Here's the difference. He doesn't talk to these athletic directors. I talk to them, and they don't think this is a good job.
Tell me one athletic director you talked to who told you they don't think this is a good job. Give me one name.
One guy?
One guy.
The guy at Louisville. Is he?
Who is it?
Tom. I can't think.
Jurek.
Yeah.
And
he don't think it's a very good job.
Okay.
Barry at
Alvarez.
Wisconsin
Okay.
doesn't think it's a good job.
Well, I don't know. We're giving away money to coaches who we think are doing a good job, so we must think we're going to win.
I cannot believe that we cannot find an athletic director for a Big Ten school. Come on.
You got a new football stadium.
Not buying it.
You're going to spend $120 million.
You got the Big Ten network. You got
yeah, they got more
coming.
money than they know what to do with.
They have not won.
Well, that's why you can come in and make them a winner.
Not won.
You can come in and make them a winner.
Someone could come in and make a name for themselves.
Just think if Pat Richter and Barry Alvarez had that attitude, and they'd have never taken the Wisconsin job.
Yes.
Barry Alvarez?
And
Yeah.
Richter,
I told him not to take it.
Yeah. Just think if they had that attitude.
But I'll tell you
All right,
what.
Mr. Kingmaker.
A little difference in Madison, what they do.
All right. Take a break, come back, stay with us.
Ever wonder, why do I hear but not understand? Scientists at Cambridge University discovered the answer. Inside your cochlea, there are thousands of tiny hearing hair cells. Poor hearing occurs when regions of these hair cells die. Amplifying a dead region with hearing aids makes you hear worse, not better. The result of this study is a hearing clarity breakthrough. Using standard test equipment, dead regions of your cochlea are identified. Then, a new type of frequency-shaping hearing aid is programmed to bypass the dead regions. Only your usable hearing hair cells receive amplification. Brilliant. A local study is underway. 100 citizens with hearing problems are needed to receive this testing and then wear the tiny device for 10 days, recording your results. Call now to see if you qualify. Volunteers may keep the product at a special discount if they desire. Don't miss this opportunity. Call now.
Thanks for watching CW-23.
Hi, I'm John Hines. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World is the place you should come for car washes, oil changes, tires. As a matter of fact, anything and everything under the hood of your car. You're in great hands at Bobby and Steve's Auto World, where serving people is the most important part of their business.
Schedule an appointment online for your spring car care special. Get an oil change, car wash, tire rotation, and $5 on your World Rewards card for only $39.95. While there, visit our convenience store or enjoy something from our Chevy grill.
Welcome back to the Sports Show. Mike Max, Sid Hartman, Lavelle E. Neal.
Nice shirt.
Patrick
Last
Wilson.
week you got abuse about your shirt. That's a nice looking shirt.
I like
Don't
my shirt.
give Lavelle any BS on Twitter about his shirt. That's a fine shirt.
I'm not going to react to people who shop at TJ Maxx, okay? I'm just not. All right, I have no feelings for him. Sorry.
What you ought to do is make this a one-person show. You and him.
You're saying you're not getting enough time tonight?
Lavelle's hardly gotten a word in.
There's a guy out there, I don't know his name, Sid hasn't shared it with me, but he clocks and he keeps track of how much everybody talks. So I'll look for the results this week. It'll be interesting. The Twins. I'll even let you start with Twins, even though Lavelle covered them. Are they in it or out of it?
Well, my theory about the Twins is it's a miracle that they're close to 500 when none of the pitchers they gave all the big money to can't win. The catcher probably wouldn't be a catcher for any other decent team in the American League. Mauer can get a base hit when it counts, and they're still close to 500. That, to me, is a miracle. If all those guys had come through just average, they'd be sitting on top of the world.
Yes, but then you can turn around and Rosario, nobody expected this out of Rosario. Sano, it turns out he can play up here.
And Hicks.
Hicks has come out of his sixth time around. He's come around. So you've had as many pleasant surprises as you've had negative surprises.
Bounces out. Well, they're at the worst, by the end of the night, there'll be 2 games out of the last wild card spot with 45 games left to play. You can't just totally give up on the season when you're in that position. Do they have the firepower? They have very little room for error. You know, they're going to have to pitch well and scratch up enough runs to win. This road trip they're about to go, New York, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, all 3 teams that all can make the playoffs will tell a lot about where this team is headed.
What is this? You're shaking your head.
I tuned them out.
What?
All she's talking about is the upcoming road trip.
I'm telling you facts and truth.
What's going on with the Yankees?
What's going on?
Yeah, do you like the Yankees anymore? Or?
The Yankees claim, according to their people, they've got 10 of the best young prospects in baseball. And Hal Steinbrenner, I talked to him about 3 weeks ago, he says, we are not going to give up any of those young kids. They just called one up. I don't know what it is.
First baseman named Bird.
Huh?
The first baseman named Bird.
Yeah. They aren't going to give them up. So
here's a good question. I talked to Paul Mauder about this today, about Torrey Hunter.
Yeah.
He's really faded here in the last couple of weeks. You know, his average and everything else. But does he have to be big for him down the stretch here? And will they bring him back for sure?
He wants to play next year, but he's got to produce down the stretch here. And you're right, he's kind of tailed off a little bit. And Mauder, you know, admitted that he's probably played him a little bit more to this point than he wanted to. So you may see Torrey take more days off here, especially maybe the last couple of weeks.
It's hard for managers to give those guys days off.
I got a hint. I got an idea. Call up Buxton, put him in center field, put Hicks in right field, and say adios to Shane Robinson. How about that? And then you
kind of rotate.
Then you can play Torrey as little as you want to.
Buxton homered today and had a game-winning hit for Rochester. He's been on fire.
He's done very well.
And your Yankees, by the way, I'm tired of hearing about the Yankees having great prospects. Ricky Leday was supposed to be a great prospect. Ruben Rivera is supposed to be a great prospect. I've heard this stuff for 20 years about the Yankees, and these guys don't back it up.
Kid?
All I know is what I was told.
Okay. You like Toronto?
I do like Toronto a lot.
You like them for the long haul?
Although they just lost 2 or 3 against New York. I do like them for the long haul because I like with David Price at the front of the rotation, Mark Burley, and R.A. Dickey, knuckleballer, and that lineup, they're basically saying, we're going to hit home runs against you. We don't care about getting on base.
Swing from the heels, let's see what happens.
When you have Troy Tulowitzki back in second, you're coming to kick somebody's ass.
Patrick, I asked you
Let me ask you something.
Hang on a second.
Can this team win any time until they get a shortstop who can not only field, but can also be an average hitter? They have the worst shortstops in the American League, probably.
I was looking at some defensive metrics the other day, and the shortstop and catcher position, the Twins are ranking like at the bottom of the American League.
Yeah, those are key positions.
And those are 2 positions they're going to have to address. They can't address it now, probably during the offseason. And it's hard to win when you don't have a quality shortstop. Yeah. But the way the American League is going, you know, one good week and you're in the wild card.
Yeah, it's a lot of mediocrity there. Patrick, I also talked to him about Eddie Rosario, as you mentioned, as to what his upside is. Where do you think this? Where does he top out at? Because he shows you some things that you don't see from many players with that cannon arm.
Bad ball hitter.
Can he hit 300 someday? You think?
I'm not sure about 300, but I think he can hit 280 and be productive. And he's got more power than you think. And he's kind of a kid who, I think when he was playing Double-A, he didn't really give a damn. He knew he could play here, and this is where he wanted to be. I think.
Let me ask you something.
Okay, the floor is not
set. Is there a free agent shortstop coming out next year that they could give some big money to?
I think Jose Reyes is a free agent, but his defense has tumbled in the last couple of years. I don't know how many good shortstops are going to be available. They may have to rely within.
I'll tell you who I like is that kid from Cleveland.
Lindor? Well, he made some plays.
And he has
on
fun
Saturday.
doing it.
Yeah, he does have. He was like dancing with the mascots today before the game.
He was the number 3 prospect in baseball, though.
Yeah, but he can play.
It's going to be tough. I think, you know, they're going to have to maybe give Jorge Polanco a shot or see if Danny Santana can pull his head.
Trade for John Segura, because
he'll be solid.
Garcia is going to be their shortstop.
To your point, though, Patrick, after watching what happens with Aaron Hicks and all these times that finally he catches on, I'm not so pessimistic, I guess, because I don't know. Somebody could all of a sudden click.
Yankees
I agree.
don't have
It
a
takes longer for some prospects to figure it out than others. And Hicks had to learn about being a student of the game and preparing the right way. And now you're seeing the benefits of that. And not every prospect comes up with clicks.
What?
Yankees don't have a shortstop.
They had one for a while, though.
Actually, I was watching the Yankees last night, and the Yankee broadcasters were bragging about how well Didi Gregorius has played since the first month of the season.
Yankees got pretty good pitching.
Take a break, come back, stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Case Law. For all your legal needs, not your typical law firm. Griffin Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than to need us and not know us. Edge Marketing and Promotional Products. From T-shirts to swag, featuring over 100,000 products. We can put your logo on anything. And Vincent's Limousine Service, serving your corporate and private transportation needs since 2005.
If you guys could go on a free shopping spree anywhere, where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I'd go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, the Wild, the Timberwolves, and of course the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts too. For details, go to TicketKingOnline.com. Any ticket, anytime, anywhere. It's the real thing. It's Ticket King. Right, Dad?
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
You're watching CW-23.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender. Beacon Bank, responsive, reliable, reassuring, and there to partner with you to live the American dream. Beacon Bank, give them a call today. The economy is good. Go out and take that risk you've been thinking about, but do it with somebody that knows the business. Beacon Bank. Welcome back to the Sports Show. As we head down to golf, I will pass on you on this one. Jason Day.
We got a new big three, baby. Arnie, Player, Palmer. We got a new big three. Jason Day, Rory McIlroy, and Jordan Spieth. It's fantastic. They're 1, 2, 3 in the world now. Day has been close for 4 years now in these majors. He won today.
20 under, Patrick.
Greatest driving exhibition I've ever seen in my life. Hitting at 350 in the middle of fairways. It was fantastic.
No kidding.
I watched. Talk about that too.
Well, I follow golf. I watched a lot of the tournament today, and what Jason Day did was remarkable. You know, he had Jason Spieth, who has won a couple majors this year, breathing on his neck, and Day put his foot on the pedal and extended that lead, and was that 20 under is ridiculous.
The only thing I got against him is he named his son Dash.
Yes, Dash.
All I know.
Day.
I don't know anything about the golf, about as much as he knows. But all I know is that's got to be one of the most beautiful golf courses.
Whistling Straits.
On that water.
You been there, Patrick?
Yeah, I played it twice. It was awful. Hey, it's homemade, Sid. It's homemade. It was just prairie, and they put all those hills and everything in there. It's homemade. Yeah.
Nice job.
How about the golf they play on this course? The wind was blowing. There was conditions. I know in the morning there was good conditions. The guys were able to shoot low. But when the weather got bad, guys were still making plays.
Yep.
Sid?
Sit on Sid.
Well, there. Sid on Sid. Look into that camera and give us your final thought.
Final thoughts, the Vikings are going to be very good, and if they can win some games from Green Bay, they got a good chance to go to the playoffs.
That's it?
That's it.
The Gophers are going to lose to TCU.
Now we let you talk, we give you the whole thing, and you go short.
Because he'll interrupt anyway.
Yeah, I am dragging Sid down. It's my fault.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.